Apex has made a major update to their funding models and rules, introducing end-of-day trailing drawdown accounts alongside of their intraday drawdown accounts, completely changing how traders can approach funding in 2026. Just before we get into the review though, we're pleased to announce that Apex are one of the headline sponsors of the Prop Firm Expo this June. Now stay tuned to the very end of this video because I'm going to be announcing how you can enter yourself in our challenge account giveaway, so stay tuned to keep an eye on that. Apex was founded in January of 2021 and has quickly grown into one of the largest firms in the space, paying out an average of $13.8 million per month since January of 2023 and over $738 million in total since 2022 according to Apex, a strong reflection of their scale and their track record. So let's take a look at the two programs side by side with the 50K Rhythmic account. Starting off with the 50K Rhythmic account here, we can see that if you use code MATCH, you have this one-time fee of $19.70 here for this intraday account. For the end of day trailing account, you can see that if you use code MATCH, again, a one-time fee will get you the challenge account for $37.35. The activation fee is going to cost $79 once you pass the account. For the new end of day trailing account, the activation fee is going to cost $99. For their max contracts, they both are the same here, as well as for their profit target at $3,000. For the max loss type, you're going to see that one account is intraday trailing and another one is end of day trailing, and that's where they really differ. So for the end of day trailing drawdown, it says the drawdown threshold is recalculated once per day at 4:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the closing balance. It says that threshold is then enforced in real time during the following trading session. The threshold trails upward with new highs and never moves down. If touched intraday, positions liquidate and the evaluation fails or the PA closes immediately. For the intraday trailing drawdown rule, it says the drawdown threshold trails in real time with peak balance. So let's say you are in a trade and you go up $1,000, it's going to trail that peak equity balance. Even if you don't close the trade, the highest that your account goes, that's how it's going to trail. So it says including the unrealized profits, it never moves down if the threshold is touched at any point during the session, including on an open unrealized losses, positions liquidate and the evaluation fails or the PA closes immediately. The trailing stops once the threshold reaches the starting balance plus $100. So on the 50K account, the trailing will stop at $50K and $100. For the max loss, they did take it down to $2,000, which is lower than what it originally was, but it's still not bad. There is a daily loss on the end of day 50K account of 2%, which is equal to $1,000 during the evaluation period. Now, in terms of the max micros and mini contracts, they did decrease the contracts from 10 down to 6. I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing as it helps traders stay longer in the game during the evaluation. In terms of the profit split, you get 100% profit split for both of them. The max payout is $1,500 across both of them, and the minimum payout threshold is $500 as well. So for their consistency rule, they have increased it from 30% now to 50%, making this a little bit easier for traders as well. And what a consistency rule means is it says that no single trading day should account for more than 50% of the account total profit balance accumulated. It says the rule applies until the 6th payout or until the account is transferred to a live prop trading account. And there's only a consistency rule on the funded account. So there's no consistency rule during the evaluation. In terms of their payout frequency, you can get a payout with a minimum of 5 trading days with at least $100 profit or above, as well as with the end of day trailing account, you see the minimum 5 days of trading and then $100 profit or above. For the firm rules on the intraday trailing account, it says copy trading across PA accounts under your personal name and business is allowed. No hedging is allowed. For the daily loss limit, a fixed daily loss limit applies during each trading session. If the daily loss limit is hit, the trading is paused for the remainder of that session. The account remains active though and resets at the next session open. For the end of day drawdown, the drawdown threshold we talked about is calculated once per day at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time of whatever your closing balance is, and it'll never go down. Using a trailing threshold as a stop loss, traders are prohibited from using the full account's end of day threshold as a stop loss mechanism. For the evaluation period, it says the evaluation period is 30 calendar days with no extensions. There is no minimum trading days required traders may pass in a single day if the profit target is reached without breaching the drawdown rules. For the intraday account, you can copy trade as well. No hedging allowed here. For the daily loss limit and the evaluation, there is no daily loss limit and the intraday evaluation. Risk is controlled entirely by the intraday trailing threshold. In the performance account, a tier-based daily loss limit is enforced intraday. The biggest difference again comes to this intraday trailing drawdown, so that threshold trails in real time from that peak balance that you make, including unrealized profits. In terms of the contract scaling, there is subject to tier-based scaling in the PA accounts. The maximum contracts during evaluation are fixed, so you can see 6 contracts for the 50K. You have to trade with risk management. You either have to have a mental stop loss or a pending stop loss, and then again, using the trailing threshold as a stop loss is not allowed. They do have an inactivity rule, so at least one day of trading with a net profit of $150 or more must occur within every 150 consecutive calendar days. It says failure to meet this requirement will result in the PA account closing. And just like with the end of day, the evaluation period is 30 calendar days with no extensions. For the 50K PA account, you can see that this is the profit range and the contracts that you can use in each tier. So if you're anywhere from $0 to $1,500, you can only use 2 minis or 20 micros with a $1,000 daily loss limit. That's tier 1. If you're in range from $1,500 to $3,000, you can use 3 minis or 30 micros, again with that $1,000 daily loss limit. That's level 2. From $3,000 to $6,000, you can use 4 contracts or 40 micros, and then $6,000 and up, you can use again the 4 contracts. Now that we've seen what the challenge parameters look like, let's take a look at what actual traders are saying, and we'll be taking a look at the prop firm match review section. Now we're going to go through each of the categories and see where this firm shines. In terms of their rules, Apex ranks at a 3.6 overall. For their customer care, they rank at a 4.0. For their user friendliness, a 3.8, and for their payout process, a 4.0, giving them an overall of a 3.8 ranking. So one trader rated Apex a 4.0. It says super cheap challenges when they run up the 90% discount campaign. Rules are harder than most other firms, so only for more experienced traders. They said the support is slow and the website looks outdated, but insane scalability with this firm thanks to their 20 account limit. Their top firm aspect was their pricing and scalability. Their least like aspect was the harder rules, the old website, and the bad dashboard. So finally, it's time for the instructions for the giveaway in this video. Here's exactly what you need to do to enter today's giveaway. First, like and subscribe to the channel. Second, comment which Apex Trader Funding program you would pick and why. Best of luck to everybody, and that pretty much wraps up today's video on Apex Trader and how their funding works. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content just like this. And remember, if you want to enter the giveaway for the free challenge accounts, make sure you follow the instructions we gave earlier. Now, for now, we'd like to thank you so much for watching, and as always, thank you for choosing Prop Firm Match.